Gentlemen, welcome again to a short and sweet idea for Parashat Bo. And in this parasha, we see all the different laws about Korban Pesach and the whole Pesach offering and everything that's got to do with Pesach. Many of these elements are elements that we still have in Pesach today. However, some of them will only be relevant when we have the Beit Mikdash again, we have our temple and we can bring the sacrifice. And some elements were only specifically for the first Pesach ever, which is what our Pasha is talking about. And I want to take one of those elements, which was specific for the first Pesach ever, and have a look at it for a moment. The first Pesach ever, one of the things they had to do was very, very surprising. Very, very surprising. What is it? It says that they had to take the blood from slaughtering this animal, this lamb, which was the Pesach offering, take this blood, v'lakchu min hadam, they take the blood, v'natnu al shtei hamezuzot v'ala mashkof, to put it on the both doorposts and the crossbar, the frame head. So from three directions, have to put blood. This doesn't sound very Jewish. It sounds pagan. What is going on here? Spreading the blood on the doorposts and on the frame head. What's going on here? And the second question is when it is mentioned again for a second time, V'haya hadam lachem leot. What is the V'haya hadam lachem leot? What does it mean? The blood has to be for you. Says Rashi quite clearly that it is lachem leot velo la'acherim leot. That means it has to be mikan shelo nanu hadam ela mibifnim, which means it was on the doorposts and on the frame head, but from the inside, not from the outside. But the whole idea of putting the blood is so that people will know that there are Jews living there, and it'll be Passover. The angels who are coming to kill all the firstborn of the Egyptians will see the frame with the blood on it, and they'll pass over those houses. So why would you put it on the frame from the inside? Put it on the frame from the outside. Those are the two main questions. Why at all? And if already, why from the inside, not from the outside? I just want to share with you the Chatam Sofer, 200 years ago in Pressburg, one of the greatest rabbis in that part of Eastern Europe. And he has an incredible insight. But to understand this insight, we first have to understand a Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. It says in the first chapter, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Kaf Aleph, Rabbi Elazar Kapar Omer, Hakina v'atava v'akavod motziim et ha'adam min ha'olam. That means we are born with three bugs, with three difficult tendencies, with three types of Yetzer Hara, which we have to fight over the years. And one is called Kinah, jealousy. We shouldn't be jealous. Jealousy only takes us in a bad direction, only takes us to wrong places. We don't be jealous of anybody. Ta'ava is passion. Passion is physical passion, whether it's for food or for sex or different types of passions. Only takes, we have to control our passions. And the third thing is kavod. That means looking for our own honor and always thinking of ourselves, being egocentric. No, we're into chesed. We're into making other people more important than ourselves. But these are three natural negative tendencies that we're born with: jealousy, passion, and self-honor. And we have to fight them. And we have to fight these three tendencies. What's it mean? Motziim et ha'adam min ha'olam. It'll mess up our olam hazeh. Our life can be ruined by these three negative tendencies, and it'll ruin our life in Olam Haba, in the world to come, because we will never get around to do mitzvahs and chesed and tefillah and Torah, because we'll be preoccupied with these three negative tendencies. Says the Chatam Sofer something very, very beautiful. It is not only true that we have internal enemies, these three internal enemies, we also have external enemies, which are the influence from the non-Jewish people surrounding us. And we have to also fight the external influences. And only through fighting against our internal negative tendencies and fighting against our external negative influences can we really be Jewish and do Torah and do mitzvahs. It's a fight. And that's what the blood represents, he says. He takes it a bit further and he brings the parish of Yonatan ben Uziel. Yonatan ben Uziel translated the Torah, but he added a bit of commentary. Every translation has a bit of commentary in it. He was the Talmud of Hillel HaZaken, 100 years before the destruction of the Second Temple. And he says here something very interesting. Yonatan ben Uziel on this pasuk. Vayhi dam nichsat pischa v'gizrat ma'hulta ma'orav b'chlecha. You have to take the blood. What is the blood? You have to take both bloods. What are both bloods? He says there are two bloods here. One is the blood of the Korban Pesach, and the other blood is the blood of Bris Milah, because you can only eat from the Korban Pesach if you've done a Bris Milah. So many Jews didn't have Bris Milah during those years in Egypt, so they had to get a Bris Milah. So they were freshly circumcised, and they were freshly slaughtered the animal, and they've got these two types of blood. Take these two bloods together and put them on the doorpost from the inside. Why? Because it says the Khatam Sofer, we do it from the inside. It is for us. The angels don't need the blood on the doorpost in order to see it, in order to know to pass over those doors and those families. We need to see it. We have to understand, to be loyal Yidden, to be loyal Jewish people, we've got two types of fights. One is the fight of the Korban Pesach. The Korban Pesach is the animal that the Egyptians celebrated, and the Egyptians took as a god, and that represents the external negative influences on us. We have to slaughter that. And as far as our three internal negative tendencies, that is symbolized by the Brit Milah, that we circumcise and we cut and we have blood, and we are willing to fight against our internal negative tendencies and against our external negative influences. And if we're willing to fight against both, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes care of us. Why it's called Leil Shimurim. The Kli Yakar says at the end of this, it's called Leil Shimurim. Pesach is called the day, it's called the evening. Leil is an evening of protecting. What's protecting? We guard, we protect the mitzvahs, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu protects us. Shmor li ve'eshmor lecha. Guard mine and I will guard yours. And that is the main idea of Pesach. We go into a covenant with HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we will take care of his mitzvahs. And this is the parasha that starts a whole list of 20 mitzvot. And this is where he makes a commitment. Am Yisrael, I will take care of you the best way I can. And hopefully, with all the rise of anti-Semitism in the world and all of the war that we have against the Hamas and the different pressures we have from the different directions nowadays, from Iran and from Yemen and from all different directions, Yetz Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should continue protecting us, and will continue to protect